everyone, it's MAREE Kinder. Welcome back to our channel. So in today's vlog, it's going to be a little bit of a get ready with me, prepare for Korea. So I leave for Korea early tomorrow morning. The time has just gone 1 o'clock, so I've had a pretty productive morning, cleaned the house, started packing. I'm a bit behind schedule. Basically, my morning sickness has been so bad the last week, so I've kind of put off a lot of things, but just managed to do a workout and did my prenatal yoga. And I'm gonna have my lunch and then do my little, I guess, routine that I usually do before a long haul flight. So I'll usually do a nice nourishing hair mask. I'll do a wash off mask, do a very hydrating routine, making sure that I'm drinking lots of water because it is quite a grueling flight to Korea. It's really long, and especially because of the Russian war, it's added on an extra 3 hours to the flight time, so it is a little bit of a long one. So we need to make sure that our skin is nicely hydrated. So yeah, this is gonna be a little bit of a get ready for Korea vlog. So packing situation is pretty good. I did a separate video on all of the toiletries that I'm taking, but here's a little bit of a sneak peek. I've tried to pack minimal. We are going for 2 weeks. We usually actually bring 3 suitcases. So we usually pack this suitcase empty inside of this one. No, this suitcase full inside of this one that's empty. And then we have a spare suitcase on the way back. So our luggage allowance is 2 suitcases each because Steve's coming with me this time. So we do have all of this extra space for kind of shopping and skincare. Now the reason I think we're just going to stick with 2 suitcases is we're not actually going to the expo this year. We've decided that we want it to be a little bit more of a relaxing trip in Korea, seeing though I'm 5 months pregnant. So I'm hoping that these suitcases are enough and that is enough space for shopping. I decided to take a backpack as my carry-on this time. So I usually have a shoulder bag, but again, just because I'm pregnant, I want it to be as comfortable as possible. And I do think backpacks are generally better for your posture. So in this one, I've just got some cords, some mints, some Gaviscon. I've got the worst heartburn during this pregnancy. Loads of snacks because, you know, I am super hungry at the moment. Phone charger, international driver's license, all of my in-flight essentials, which again I spoke in another video. I also got this book to read. A few people have actually recommended this one. It sounds a bit ridiculous seeing it's a book on literally breathing, but apparently it's very good, and I just thought this is a nice relaxing book to read on a long haul flight. Also, how cute is this? So Steve bought me a little Polaroid camera, obviously in light pink, and this is so that we can document baby girl's first trip to the motherland. So we've also got some Sharpies, some stickers, and a little photo album, and we've bought lots of film. So yeah, we're gonna make sure we take loads of Polaroid photos and make sure we document it all. It's obviously a little bit of a meaningful trip for me, this one, because I can't see myself going back to Korea for, I'd say, quite a few years, if I'm being honest. I mean, maybe there'll be a chance that I might be able to go back when she's a baby, but certainly when she's a toddler, she'll be a little bit of a handful. Like I said, it's a very long flight as well. And I'm used to kind of going to Korea 2 to 3 times a year. So yeah, I'm kind of feeling bittersweet about it in terms of, I think I am gonna feel a little bit sad when I leave Korea this time, not knowing when exactly I will come back. But at the same time, I'm obviously very excited. And obviously as a Korean adoptee as well, I think being in Korea pregnant and knowing my birth mother was kind of walking those streets around with me when she was pregnant, it feels kind of a full circle moment. So I'm hoping that that feels special, and I'm hoping I'll be able to enjoy it. Fingers crossed the sickness stays away, because I am quite worried about the jet lag. I've just been feeling so exhausted. I definitely know that I'm gonna have to really strip it back, be setting boundaries when it comes to my time. I obviously want to see as many people as possible, but it's obviously really difficult. I definitely don't have as much energy as I usually do on these trips. So I'm trying to balance it out with doing as much as I can, but still prioritizing my relaxation and self-care, because that is the whole purpose of this trip. So yeah, we will be in Seoul for about 8 days, and then we're in Jeju for 5 days, back to Seoul for a couple of days, and then another day staying at Paradise City in Incheon before we fly back out, which I'm really excited about. I absolutely loved Paradise City last time, and I was a bit gutted that Steve couldn't experience it with me because it's such a lovely hotel. So yeah, what a better way to spend our last night in Korea than treating ourselves at Paradise City. Okay, so I've just had my lunch. I've got a prenatal massage in 2 hours. I booked on Irvin, so she's coming to the house actually, which is great. So I'm gonna get ready now, do all of that pre-holiday stuff, shave, exfoliate my body, do a hair mask. So the hair mask I've got is actually this one from Lush, Xuan Wan Hua. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. But this one is quite nice. It's got avocado in, and you put it in your hair dry. So I take a blob of it now, put it in, leave it in, and then wash my hair as per usual. And then afterwards, I'm obviously going to be using my 107 shampoo and then 107 conditioner treatment. And then I'll probably put in some oil on my ends. And then for my mask, I'm undecided. I might actually go in with the Beauty of Joseon, the red bean pore mask. I just fancy a little bit of an exfoliation just to like decongest, clear my skin, and then focus on a hydrating routine both today and also tomorrow before I fly out. So the flight's at 10:30, which means we've got to go to the airport at like 8, so we've got to get a taxi about 7:30. So it's a bit of an early start, but I should have enough time to do a little bit of a routine. Or maybe I'll go in with a House of Dua mask. No, I think I might go in with this one and then follow up with a sheet mask. So I'm going to do all of that before the masseuse gets it. So the mask looks like this. And then basically I take like a glob and I concentrate it on my ends and leave it in for about, how long does it actually say? It says 20 minutes. Apply straight onto dry hair, ensuring generous coverage from root to tip. I don't do root because I can get a little bit oily on my roots. And then relax for 20 minutes and then shampoo and condition as normal. So I'm only gonna go midway. Leave that in, jump in the bath, do my mask, and then rinse this off. So the one thing with pregnancy, my hair and nails have grown so long. So I am scheduled to get my hair cut at Juno Hair with Bongu, who I've been going to for years. I think my appointment is like 2 or 3 days after we land. It's actually Chuseok today in Korea, but I think the day we land, it's some things are open up again before the longer holiday. On Monday and Tuesday, some things are back closed. So I'm going to try and get my hair cut with Bongu, I think on the Monday, and then I will feel a lot better because my hair's a mess at the moment and it's so long and straggly. So I've just done my wash off mask. That was the pore mask from Beauty of Joseon, and then I'm just going to go in with toner before my skin dries out. So this is the Round Lab toner. It's got different hyaluronic acid sizes in, so super lightweight but super hydrating. And then I'm just going to let that sink in for a little bit and go in with a sheet mask. So the sheet mask I'm using is the Dr. Althea Herb Therapy Velvet Mask. As you can see, it says moisturizing on it. So this one contains ceramides and also hyaluronic acid. So I just want to make sure, because my skin's been really dry, especially with the pregnancy, especially with the change of seasons, that it's obviously going to dry out even further with a lack of humidity on the long haul flight. So I just want to make sure that beforehand I am doing all that I can in order to add some moisture in there. So let's get this mask on. There we go. I love this one. I've got several boxes of this one actually in my house, and I like using this one as like a daily one. I'll probably, if I've got time tomorrow morning before the Uber picks us up, I'll also try and stick one of these ones on because I find them really nourishing. So I'm gonna let that sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. And in the meantime, wash my makeup brushes for Korea. Let's do that. Okay, so this is the brush cleanser that I use just for like regularly cleansing my brushes, and then I'll go in with a deep clean every few weeks, but this is the one that I do just after every few times, just to minimize the bacteria that will kind of stick in the brushes. So this is the ISO Clean Professional Brush Cleaner 60 seconds. This is a TikTok purchase. I got sucked into this after seeing the ads, but it is really good at just spot cleaning your brushes. So it comes with a little dish, and then I put some of this in there. I'm not taking much makeup with me. So I've got this brush from MAREE. This is a foundation / concealer brush, my blush brush, and then this duo brush from MAREE, which kind of has a larger brush and then one for kind of like lining. That's all I really need because I don't really wear much makeup. So what I do is I've got the solution in here. I leave it in there until it all soaks up, and then I've got some kitchen towel, and you can see, and I cleaned that like literally like a few weeks ago, and I think I've maybe worn makeup like twice, but it does get a lot of gunk out of it. So I usually do it a few times until it runs clean. It dries really quickly as well, so that's really good when you're kind of like pressed for time. But I just like doing this to my brushes before I travel. So that's nearly one done. Look at all the gunk. So I'm gonna do that with the other two. See what I mean with the eyeshadow ones? It just gets so much stuff out of it. There's like something really satisfying about cleaning your makeup brushes and watching them return to their original color. And this is gonna take a lot of stuff in, because this is what I use with like darker eyeshadow to line my eyes. Yeah. So good to clean that, and that's all done. Okay, it's 5:45. I've had about 3 hours sleep, and my vlogging camera didn't charge overnight, so I'm on my phone, but we keep going. I'm gonna have a bath and do my pre-flight skincare routine. Wild came out with a sausage dog limited edition deodorant, so of course I had to get it. This one looks like kimchi. Okay, so I've just patted in the remaining essence of my sheet mask. Sorry about the lighting. Like I said, for some reason my vlogging camera didn't recharge overnight, but I am gonna go in I'm gonna go in with an essence. So I'm gonna go in with the AGT essence from Triadicate. I really like this one. They use this all the time during their facials, if you ever go to their spa in Hongdae. And it's a kind of cooling essence, gel-like texture. But I just find it super hydrating. Steve actually really likes to use it after shaving as well. So the goal of this routine is basically to add as much moisture in my skin. I'm using a lot of products with hyaluronic acid to help lock in that moisture, because I know for the next like 15 hours that my skin is going to get super dry, and it's already been quite dry anyways during change of season and pregnancy. So I want to make sure that I'm not drying out further, because you know what it's like on a plane. So that's my essence. I'm going to leave that to absorb a little bit, and then I'm going to go in with an ampoule. I'm going to go in with the Pecan ampoule. This is their Corsica ampoule. Let me see if I can zoom in. And I love the consistency of this one. It looks quite thick, but it really absorbs and dries down nicely, but it does give that kind of glowy finish. Not that I need to achieve that on the plane, but I just really like that it's super hydrating, super nourishing, and yeah, really like this one. I'm tempted to actually take that with me. So you just made me a tea, so I'm gonna have a sip. And then I'm going to go in with a moisturizer and sun cream, and that is basically it. I'm going to keep it quite simple. And then, like I said, when I have my layover in Helsinki before my evening flight, I think, see, look how like luxuriously thick that is. Before my evening flight, I'll do like an evening routine. So I will remove all the gunk and impurities that have accumulated on my skin so far, and then I will do another hydrating routine minus the SPF for the evening flight, and then might do a little in-flight routine just before I get off the plane to brighten and waken myself up. So that's feeling nice and hydrated. And then for moisturizer, I'm going to go in with the Anua. This is their Heartleaf Intense Calming Cream. So this definitely is a moisturizer for those, I would say, with like drier skin types, or if you're looking for a moisturizer that's going to last throughout the day or the evening. But I really like this one. A little goes a long way. And then for sun cream, I was going to go in with this one, but because it's quite matte, I think I'm going to go in with the Skin 104 Centella. This is SPF 30, but that should be fine. We've actually not got aisle seats for the leg to Helsinki anyway, so I still want to wear sun protection because I am on a flight, but SPF 30 will be fine. Okay, skincare is done. I'm in some loungewear. I've got about 35 minutes until the taxi comes, but I'm just going to do 10 minutes of stretching, have my tea, double check everything that I need to pack, like chargers and everything, and taxi should be here and we should be on our way.